welcome back. We're still writing this app where we are tracking how much chocolate we ate. And there's just a couple more things I want to show you. One is, what if you want to display a piece of text on the screen, or maybe an emoji, like a giant emoji, that shows your disapproval of how much chocolate you're eating. And this emoji only shows up when the counter reaches, let's say, 40. It wouldn't really make sense to have yet another state variable, because this new thing only shows up under a certain condition that's already been met. So I'd like to tell you how to do this. First thing, scroll all the way down to the bottom of your view code, and inside your VStack, type in text and put in some kind of disapproving emoji over here. Let's put this sad face perhaps. And it's a little bit small, so I'm going to give it a bit of padding. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So font.system size 80. Okay, so I want this emoji to only show up when the counter has reached 40. Instead of having it as a state variable, I can actually put this entire thing inside an if statement. I can put this inside a conditional. Here's how you do it. Go above this piece of text, type if counter greater than or equals to 40, open curly brace. It's going to give you the close curly brace. Press enter. And here, you can try and drag the bottom of this curly brace down to encompass the text that you created. I'm going to give it a try. This fails on me about half the time. Let's try. Tap on it. And tap, 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 nope, tap and drag, 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 and let go. Yes, it worked. Amazing. All right. So what this does is, it sets this piece of text to render conditionally. That means it only renders when the condition has been met. And in this case, the condition is the counter greater than or equals to 40? So let's test it out real quick. 20, it changes the text. 30, it changes the text. And 40, whoa, a giant sad face, right? This is the point where you should probably stop eating so much chocolate. Okay, I want to try an extension with this. What if I want a button to decrease the number that is being stored? And this might seem a bit weird in the context of an app. I don't know how you decrease the number of pieces of chocolate you ate. Maybe it got digested or something more disgusting. I have no idea. Let's not think too hard about that. Let's just have another button. So how do I make another button? First things first, I have to identify the end of the first button. And I'm going to put it right after that button. So I'm going to look carefully. If I double click on this, this is the button's action. That's not the end of the button. I actually want to double click on this, and I found the end of the button. So I want to put my button right below this one. I'll type it out from scratch, or you can copy and paste and you have two of the same button to work with. So let's do this. Button. And remember what I showed you just now about autocomplete. So button, open bracket. You can start typing button action, and it will be the autocomplete with action and label. Press enter. And when you see this, press enter again. Boing. And now you have button code and label. So the button action usually requires you to put something inside. In this case, you can just put a print first that says, oh, decrease the number. Okay. And over here, this code over here is for the label. So I'm going to put in a piece of text and it says one less piece of chocolate, please. Chocolate. Okay. And I'm going to apply the same modifiers that I did for the other button, right? Just to give it a consistent look. Okay, so there you go. Right now you have two buttons. The first button increases the amount of chocolate. The second button decreases it. Oh wait, it doesn't. It just says decrease the number. Instead of having it say decrease number, we should just do counter minus equals 1. Let's run it and test it out. Great. we can now eat negative pieces of chocolate. Fantastic, right? That's exactly what I was looking for. You can, of course, extend this even further. You can add yet another button for reset. You can add another thing where you check to make sure that the counter doesn't go below 0 because you technically can't eat negative pieces of chocolate. Yeah, I think there are many ways you can lay out this app as well. You might want to style your different buttons. You might want to put them into a H stack, put them side by side. There are lots of different ways you can customize this. If you have any cool playgrounds apps that you'd like to share, right, let us know in the comments. I'm not actually sure how you can share them, but figure out a way. And you can also drop us an email and we'd be happy to take a look and give you some suggestions. Thank you so much for joining us for this course. In this course, you learned about creating an actual interactive app with SwiftUI and state variables. You made buttons, you ate a bunch of chocolate, you used conditional code and conditional rendering. If you enjoyed this, you might want to like and subscribe and check out what we do on the rest of the internet. If you have any comments or questions, let us know down here in the comments, or you can tweet us on Twitter. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you soon.